Welcome back to the deep dive. You know how much we love getting into the nitty-gritty here.
Yeah.
And this time we're diving headfirst into the fascinating world of financial forecasting. You sent us a snippet
Right.
mentioning
Financial analysis and forecasting.
financial analysis and forecasting. And I got to say, it's a phrase that really piqued our interest. So tell me, what was it about these words that, caught your eye?
You know, the really cool thing about this phrase is those two ideas,
Right.
analysis and forecasting, you can't really have one without the other.
So you're telling me if we're trying to, let's say, predict the future of a company's financial situation,
Yeah.
we can't just, use a crystal ball or something. We need something a bit more,
Concrete.
concrete, something solid to base it on.
You hit the nail on the head. Financial forecasting, it really relies on analyzing past data.
Okay.
You got to look back to see forward. Think of it like being a detective. You got to examine the historical records, the financials, things like revenue, expenses, cash flow.
Yeah. All the clues, basically.
Exactly. All the clues that paint a picture of the company's financial journey so far.
Okay, so let's say we're trying to forecast something specific,
Okay.
like next year's sales.
Right.
How does this detective work, this financial analysis, how does that actually work in practice?
All right. Imagine we're looking at, let's say, 5 years of a company's sales data.
Okay,
We wouldn't just be staring at the raw numbers.
right.
We got to figure out the why.
The why.
Yeah. Why? Are there certain trends? Was there a spike because of a one-time event, or is the growth steady?
Right.
This helps us spot patterns and any seasonal ups and downs.
Okay.
That's all super crucial for making an accurate forecast.
So it's not just about sort of continuing a trend line. It's about,
Uh-huh.
understanding the story behind the numbers.
You got it. And that's where things get really interesting. Because on top of the historical data, we bring in external factors. The things happening out in the world.
Right.
What's going on in the market. Any new competitors. Economic forecasts are big here, too. It's like putting together a puzzle.
Oh, I like that analogy. Okay.
Yeah, lots of pieces.
So now I'm curious about this snippet you sent us. What was the context? What were you reading or working on when this phrase
Right.
popped out at you?
So if we try to connect this to the big picture,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking this snippet's got to be linked to a specific decision or maybe a situation you're dealing with. Maybe you're thinking about an investment or planning your own business.
Interesting. I see what you mean. And depending on what the context is, different forecasting method could be used, right?
Totally.
Like I've heard of stuff like moving averages or regression analysis.
Yeah.
Are those the kind of tools you use a lot?
Definitely. You pick the tool depending on how complex things are and what data you've got. If you want a short-term forecast, a simple moving average might be enough.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're dealing with the long-term stuff,
Okay.
with lots of moving parts, you might need something heavier, like a regression model.
This is making me think about when I try to budget my own finances.
Oh, yeah.
I look at my past spending,
Right.
try and figure out what future expenses might be.
Yeah.
Is that a type of forecasting too? Even if I'm not using like fancy algorithms or anything.
It absolutely is. Think about it. You're analyzing historical data, your spending habits,
Yeah.
to make smart decisions about your finances going forward.
Wow.
You're basically a personal financial forecaster.
I never thought about it like that. It's so cool how these concepts,
Yeah.
they're everywhere, like
They pop up.
even in our everyday life.
Exactly.
So to wrap things up today, what have we learned? Forecasting, it's not about magic.
Right.
It's about digging into the data, figuring out the external factors,
Yeah.
and then using the right tools to kind of paint a picture of what the future might look like.
And it's not about knowing the future with 100% certainty.
Right.
It's about giving ourselves the information to make the best possible decisions.
Exactly. So to all our listeners out there, think about how analysis and forecasting are already part of your lives, maybe even without you realizing it.
Right.
And maybe this deep dive has, made you a bit curious to explore the tools and resources out there that can help you improve your own forecasting skills.
Really?
Until next time, keep diving deep.
See ya.
Bye.